With the beautiful Puget Sound just to our west, you get a look inside CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with the Minnesota Vikings. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble to bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Second and 5 now. Wilson, rush coming, and he's taken down. Say hello to Eric Kendricks. He gets the sack there.
We talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
54, right there, 54, Mike.
On third down, Wilson. And he's got Lockett. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Nice third down conversion and even 20 yards.
10 at the 45-yard line.
On first and 10, it's Wilson. That's complete into the hands of Carson. That catch good for only a couple.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Second and 8.
You must be getting tired of seeing me. Grouping, please. Check, Mike 54. Mike 54. Check. Okay.
Throwing is Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. To throw again is Wilson. Flushed out right. He may try and run for this. And he'll take this to the 47, but no further, as they get him down well short of the line to gain. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he'll push forward for about 4 up to the 23.
Dalvin Cook, the ball carrier.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
On second down, it's Cook. And he'll get this one up to the 26. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down?
3-yard gain on the play.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on third down. From the gun, here's Cousins. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now fourth down.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a fourth down. Well done.
Philip Dorsett on the return. The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Good gain by Chris Carson. Picks up a first down, and you just have to love his running style. Talk about a straight-ahead guy, no-nonsense type of a runner. He's averaged 82 yards a game over the last 2 seasons and has 1,230 yards on the ground in 2019.
And he's going to be met at about the 43.
That's a 43-yard
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Brings up second and 8.
Now it's Carson. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 19. Give them 22 there on the third down conversion. So here's a first and 10 now down inside the 20. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. They'll run the screen with Carson. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
For another.
So first and goal now from the 7-yard line.
At the 7-yard line.
Now Wilson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Pass incomplete on the throwaway. Now second and goal from the
Coming up on second and 7. They run it with Carson. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. We'll check on his status when we get back. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Big play coming here. It's third and goal. Here's Wilson. This will be caught at about the 6. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. We're scoreless after 1.
End of the first quarter with no score.
Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here as they contemplate what to do on fourth and goal.
Jason Myers for the Seahawk field goal. A 20-yard attempt.
And Myers able to knock it through. And the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead. So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal. So maybe now the mentality changes in this game, because anytime you get to the red zone, and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything? I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there. Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing the danger lurks while you're doing so. And there's your end result right there. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner. As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there. Here's 2nd and 10. Give to Cook out of the gun. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. And it's pretty evident when you watch how Minnesota plays, just how important Dalvin Cook is to their offense. 1,000-yard rusher a year before, the first one the Vikings had since Adrian Peterson was dominating their carries. And having Cook in the lineup for the bulk of the season, that made Minnesota exactly what their head coach Mike Zimmer wanted them to be. A much more physical team that complemented their defense. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. So 3rd and 5, defensively expecting pass. They've got 6 DBs out there. A give. This is Cook. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal. It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. Trying the power game with Ham. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going. On 2nd down now, it's Cook. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown.
Minnesota.
Dalvin Cook with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Vikings have taken the lead. And his kick is right through.
Makes the score Vikings 7, Seahawks 3.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
25-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there. So from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8.
Brings up 3rd.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. To throw is Wilson on 3rd down. Open man is Jacob Hollister. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. On 1st down, Wilson. It's caught, Lockett. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. This is Carson. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Eric Kendricks in on the tackle.
2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
He was taken down.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, Wilson. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Philip Dorsett, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks are going to retake the lead. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle 3rd of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And Abdullah will not try to bring it out.
10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. We're down 3 under a minute to go. How aggressive are you going to be in this spot?
Not as aggressive as I probably would want to be. Only down 3. I mean, it might as well be even going into the half. That's not a deficit that makes me want to push it and potentially make a mistake in this situation and cost myself even more points.
But, boy, getting into field goal range and tying it, that's tempting.
Awfully enticing. You almost talked me into it.
2nd and 10.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
A 2nd down throw for Cousins. And that'll be incomplete.
Cousins
Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Able to find Deion Kane, complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 17 yards, first down, Vikings.
First down, Vikings.
First down, here's Cousins. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it, and he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in the half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. They'll run on first down. Carson. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1.
2nd and 5.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Here we go, D. All day, D. Further. Lunch 54.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. There to knock that one away defensively, Eric Kendricks.
I usually hesitate when I say a guy's got world-class speed, but this guy might. So let's fire the starter's pistol. Let's go. If you've got him, you've got to try and use him. A lot of anticipation with the ball in the air, but no, incomplete.
This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Wilson to Metcalf that time. First down, Seattle.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this belongs to the Vikings.
Complete. Fumble on the play. Recovered by Minnesota.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. Taken about 7 yards deep, and Abdullah will not try to bring it out. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll start by handing it off to Dalvin Cook. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 24-yard line.
Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. Cousins. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down.
He was covered.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
That's complete to his receiver, Kane. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield.
A gain of 20.
Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards the play. On 1st and 10, Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
I don't care how you look at it, how you cut it, how you parse it. Adam Thielen continues to be an absolute marvel, coming from where he did, Division III football, to being one of the top receivers in the NFL. But it's going to be vital for the Vikings in 2020 to keep number 19 on the field, especially since he lost his old running mate, Stephon Diggs, to the Buffalo Bills. And a hamstring injury last year really held his numbers in check. His lowest receiving yardage since 2015. Look for another breakout from Adam Thielen after plays like that.
And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line.
Ball carrier.
Tackle coming from the safety, Trey Flowers.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Cousins again. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Well, coming into this one, we expected that this offense would have trouble with this defense, and that's exactly the way that this game has gone. Pressure in his face. Coverage downfield has been tight. That led to another incompletion. This defense, they're exactly who we thought they were coming into this one.
Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 14. A 1st down for Minnesota. Cousins finding Thielen. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, Cousins. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
They come out 5 wide. 3 of them to the right side. From the 5, here's 2nd and 2. Again, it's Cousins. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line.
1st and goal.
4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal.
They're right there at the 1. No gain, but don't let that stop you. Line back up and keep going at them. If I'm them, I'm thinking about going at it 4 straight times.
More muscle up front for this 2nd and 2. They've got 3 tight ends out there. They'll run for it with Cook. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Vikings have once again taken the lead. No success on 1st down. He couldn't get any yardage. They give it to him again, and he finds the end zone.
Sometimes it just has to be persistence, doesn't it? And you know who else helps with that? Offensive line. After a team's been stuffed, the last thing they want to do is go to a different play call. They want to come back and do it again and show that they can dominate the line of scrimmage.
And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. His throw incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him. They'll find him. Find him.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Operating from the gun, Wilson. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. The rookie Jeff Gladney picks it. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
It's good, and it's 21-10. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. We sit in quarter number 3 out in Seattle. A 2nd and 10 now. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. That's Yannick Ngakoue with a sack.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. It's caught inside the 25. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. It's a big play there for Seattle. 59 yards.
18-yard line.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with possession of the football, but they do trail here to begin quarter number 4. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. And that'll be intercepted by the Pro Bowl safety Harrison Smith. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
They'll take over.
If they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
They had to put it mildly. But look at the lead. Look at the deficit. Trying to make a play downfield. Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. Didn't turn out that way at all, and you're exactly right. It's going to take a lot for them to have a chance to win this one now.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
At the 19-yard line.
A 2nd and 11 from the 19.
Come on out here. Come get some. Come get some.
Again, it's Cook. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Cousins from the gun on third. He'll find Thielen working the middle. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. His fifth catch tonight, and it's good for a first down.
Vikings first down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
53 to Mike. 53. Check 53. Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D. 48. Mike, 53. 53. Mike. It's just me and you.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
On second down, Cousins again. He goes right back to Jefferson, and this one complete. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the fourth. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. He'll throw from the gun. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
2nd and 10 now, Wilson. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A first down there on a pickup of 25. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And the Vikings pick up the football. He's at the 30. 10. And they are going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings.
Dan Bailey lining up for
the offense. They've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
An extra point up and good by Bailey. And the lead is up to 18 now. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one. They'll probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. Jacob Hollister, the one he was looking for. And that'll bring up second down.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this one. I think the part of their plan was to hit them over the top with the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
On second down, it's Carson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13.
54 Mike. Let's go, D. Let's go.
Operating from the gun, Wilson going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off right around the 43. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
43-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. They'll try and wind down some clock with Cook. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they turn to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep.
And now off to the races down the right side. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. That one 28 yards on the ground. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. It's a gain of a yard, and it takes us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 4-yard line.
So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total. Another carry now for Madison. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Alexander Madison, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
35, Seahawks 10.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Now this will make it into the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
No gain on the play.
This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the 4th quarter. Should rely more on the passing attack?
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try and find some targets in the open field downfield.
3rd and 10.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Here's Carson. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
And he's got Lockett. And they're able to get this one across the 35. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands.
Let me breathe for a minute, man. Just let me breathe for a minute. Just let me breathe. It's too hot, drop the top up.
So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for Minnesota, their strong September has carried over to October as they move to 5-0. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And perhaps fortunately for them, they'll get an early bye next week and come back to action in Week 7. That'll that'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.